Yo, people, we saying it's your boy was 13 back with another one. It's the Bayer Leverkusen versus Arsenal match preview. First leg of the round of 16 in the Champions League. We are back. Knockout footy in the Champions League is here, and I'm loving it. But let's get into the preview notes real quick, as I always do. This is the first leg of the Champions League round of 16. We're playing away at Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal played 46 games this season in all competitions. We've won 36, drawn 7, and lost 3, which is pretty impressive. In the Champions League, however, we've played 8 games and we've won all 8 of them, so 8 games, 8 wins. Leverkusen beat Olympiacos 2-0 in the playoff round of the Champions League. They finished 16th in the league phase, so they had to qualify through the playoff phase, and they beat Olympiacos 2-0. They currently sit 6th in the Bundesliga, so they aren't really doing too well, although to be fair, they've lost a few of their key players for the past few years. You know, Hincapie came to Arsenal, Xhaka got sold to Sunderland, so they've been losing a few of the key players. You know, Wirtz went to Liverpool as well, so it's expected that their performance levels are going to drop after that. So they are also currently on poor form at the moment. If we're looking at the last 5 games, they've won 1, drawn 3, and lost 1. Not very impressive. However, when you look on the flip side for Arsenal, they're currently in good form. The last 5 games, we have 4 wins and 1 draw since that Wolves draw. 4 wins, 1 draw since that Wolves draw where we drop points. Arsenal obviously be hoping to win in the first leg before coming back to the Emirates for the second leg next week. It's the start of the knockout round now, and Arsenal will have a refreshed team for once, as lots of changes were made in the FA Cup game on the weekend when we played Mansfield. So this is going to be obviously a key game. We are now at the start of the knockout phase for the Champions League. I'm looking forward to this. I was very excited with the draw that we got, obviously, because if you look at the two sides, there's usually always one tougher side and one easier side. We're on the easier side. On paper, at least, we still got to go out and play the games. I definitely prefer having our pathway. You know, if we beat the likes of Leverkusen, we face either Bodo Glimt or Sporting next in the quarterfinals, and then potentially a semifinal matchup against the likes of Barcelona, Atletico. Whereas on the other side, you have the likes of Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool. All the big teams are over there. So happy that we could avoid that side up until potentially, playing the final against one of those teams from there. But all in all, let's get back into this Leverkusen game. It's going to be a good game. I believe Leverkusen, they pretty much play like all the Bundesliga teams do in Europe. They play a high line, they're aggressive, they try and come at you, and that's going to favor Arsenal a lot. Leverkusen probably going to look at it and be like, if we want to, go through, we have to win this game, considering that we're at home. So I fancy our chances in this game. It's going to be interesting to see the lineup that we're going to go with. I did a predicted lineup video. You guys can check that on my page. But the FA Cup game that came this weekend was a good opportunity for us to rest a few players that we normally wouldn't have if we played in the Premier League on the weekend. But because of that game, there's going to be a lot of players who are refreshed. Rice and Zubimendi have been looking a bit leggy. They both didn't play that FA Cup game. They were both rested. So I expect both of them to come back into that midfield. The likes of Eze, who came on, probably going to start. Trossard went off, though. We do have a few injury concerns. Trossard went off. Calafiori went off with minor injuries. Hopefully, we don't know the severity of it, but I guess we'll find out when we play on Wednesday. Who else? Lewis Kelly didn't play the FA Cup game, but that was because of suspension. I expect him to be in the lineup for this, or maybe on the bench, because Hincapie has been playing pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if he even starts, because in the Champions League, Lewis Kelly has been on fire. So we'll see how that plays out. But all in all, I'm very confident going into this game. I think, with the form we've showed in the cup competition so far, 16 games in all cup competitions and 16 wins, I do expect us to continue that in the Champions League as well. 100% win record, 8 games, 8 wins. And I just fancy us to have too much for Bayer Leverkusen in that first leg. They're going to be at home. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Arsenal win. I think they'll score, but I think our firepower might be too much for them in that first leg. It would be nice, obviously, you kill off the tie in the first leg, and then the second leg you can chill a bit, because it's going to be intense, in the Premier League. And I think the second leg is going to be on the week where we have that Carabao Cup final against Man City. So hopefully we can do our job in the first leg. But yeah, I'm confident we can do what we have to do to win this game. So yeah, I'm going to go for 3-1 win. Martinelli, top goal scorer in the Champions League. I'm going to go Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Eze to be goal scorers. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. It's been your boy Muzi13. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.